Two of four trims in the Honda Civic sedan. We have the EX to my right and the Touring to my left in the 2024 Honda Civic. We're going to be comparing these two trims, if you're in the market for them, EX and Touring, with regards to the exterior, interior, and specs on this exact car. But before we do, guys, we just want to give a shout out to Folsom Lake Honda here at Folsom Lake, California, for providing us these beautiful cars for this comparison video. And keep watching and stay tuned, because we're also going to be talking about the price tags and dropping those MSRP stickers. Let's go ahead and dive in. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk specs between both these cars. Now, I only popped one hood because you get the same exact engine in the EX and the Touring trim. The only difference is if you compare it over to the LX and the Sport, yes, the engine changes from the 1.5 liter turbo that we get here to the 2.0 naturally aspirated. But we're not going to go off on a tangent. Let's focus on what we get in both these cars. The 1.5 liter turbocharged engine paired together with the continuous variable transmission, also known as the CVT, and it pushes 180 horsepower with 177 pounds-feet of torque. Now, you're looking at the higher trim now, which is going to get less MPG, and reason being is because of those rims and tires and so forth. But the MPG on the Touring is 31 city, 38 highway, and a 34 combined. If we go ahead and compare that over to the EX, it is 33 city, 42 highway, and a 36 combined. Both dimensions are the same at 184 inches in length, 71 inches in width, 56 inches in height, with a 108-inch wheelbase, everybody. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below with regards to this 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. If you want some vagabond advice, I like the 2.0 naturally aspirated, but again, I can't have the Touring in the 2.0 naturally aspirated. That's a love-hate relationship, I have to mention, because I am a bell and whistle guy. But let's go ahead and bring to you the exteriors, starting with the front end. The main difference is, so I don't waste your time here at Vagabond Builds, is the front ends. You get the bumper sensors going across, and you're going to see that here and in the upper grille here. Okay, so it's bumper sensors. You also get fog lights in the LED fog lights, and then up top front you get the rain sensing wipers. Here we do not have the bumper sensors in the EX trim. No fog lights. They do look like fog lights, but they're caps. And then no sensor right here, okay? Those are the three main differences with regards to the front end. Let's shoot over to the side of the car. Differences are going to be on the rims and tires. EX, a little bit more kind of lower grade look. Machine surface silver with the high gloss black on the interior, and the tire that they're coming in with is a Firestone tire, and the size is the 215/50/17, so this is a 17 inch. If we shoot over to the Touring, way more premium look with the gunmetal gray and the machine surface silver, and they're running a Goodyear Eagle Sport tire, and the size on this exact tire is a 235/40/18, so it's an 18 inch, okay? Similarities, they both come with a front McPherson strut suspension, 4-disc brakes all around the car, and a rear multi-link suspension as well. More differences, side mirrors. The only side mirrors is going to be blinker lighting here on the Touring, that you don't get the integrated blinker lighting here on the side mirror. That is pretty much the main difference on the sides. Let's go ahead and shoot over to the rear end. Rear end differences, absolutely nothing other than the fact that this tail light up here on the Touring does come LED and non-LED, okay? So kind of looks, that's a white cover, this is a red cover. But everything else with regards to the back ends or the rear ends, LED tail lights, just like the fronts. If we shoot over to the center of the car, actually another thing I forget that's different is the bumper sensors. So not that you just get bumper sensors in the front, but you're getting them here in the back on the Touring, but here on the EX you don't have bumper sensors. Other than that, everything else is the same. Tailpipes are tucked under the cars on the right and the left. I did mention that the taillights are LED, front lights are LED as well. Let's go ahead and pop the cargo with an electric button, but you get a camera right over that license plate as well on the EX2, okay? 14.8 cubic feet of space in both. You do have a spare tire in both as well, so nothing in the cargo area is different, okay? And you can actually drop those backrests down on the second row seating by these little levers here. exactly the same. I'm not even going to waste my time opening up the EX as well. Now we're done showing you guys the differences and showing you guys some similarities. Let's go ahead and shoot over to the interior, which is my favorite part of the Touring, and show you the differences that you get. All right, so sitting in the lower trim, this is the EX trim, and I'm going to just start off with the differences right off the bat so I don't waste your time here at Vagabond Builds, starting with the door panel. You're going to see differences in color schemes with regards to the inlays and the wrapping. So this is cloth wrap compared to the Touring. You get the leather wrap, all right? And then if we go ahead and drop down to the speaker system, in the Touring, you get the 12 speaker Bose premium sound system that you don't get in the EX, okay? But everything else is the same with regards to the switches, controls, and the trunk lid button. Another difference, on the left-hand side of the manual steering column, we have our parking sensor button that you're not getting here on the EX. That's another difference. Talking about seats, seats do come leather wrapped along with electric controls in both front seats. Again, more differences. Steering wheel. You get a silver inlay here instead of a high gloss black in the Touring. You get a source button there as well because this source button changes due to the screen, all right? That's a 7-inch screen with a source button, but that button actually gets placed on the screen in the Touring because it comes with the 9-inch in the Touring. Paddle shifters behind that leather wrapped steering wheel. Those are going to be different because you have a sport mode in the Touring to where on the EX you have no sport mode, you just have an economy mode. Onto the lever itself, you get a fog light switch here that you don't get in the EX, you get it in the Touring. The cluster does come partial digital as another difference, 60%er on the left and then like a 40%er on the right manual tachometer, and your fuel gauge is placed differently as well. Then we go over to our rear view mirror. Rear view mirror does come different, auto dimmable in the Touring, along with your garage door openers placed on the left-hand side of that rear view mirror. The screen, I did mention, it is a 7-inch here in the Touring. You get the 9-inch and you minus these hard buttons, and it's all going to be touch sensitive to where you're going to have 2 hard buttons here and also Sirius XM radio in the Touring, but not here in the EX. Dropping further down, USB-A plugins in the EX is only 1 in the whole car, to where the Touring you're going to have a total of 4 plugs, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. No wireless charging pad in the EX. Touring does have the wireless charging pad. The drive mode switch or lever, you're not going to have it here in the EX. You just have an economy button, to where in the Touring you'll have 3 different drive modes. It's going to be sport, normal, and economy. Okay. That's pretty much done in the front end area. Let's go ahead and shoot over to the back and show you guys a quick difference in the second row seating of the EX, and shoot over to the Touring. Second row seat differences. Again, yes, we do have cloth, but I wanted to mention is that in the Touring, they don't simplify. Honda does not simplify the front seats compared to the back, but here in the EX, you do simplify the seats in the front over to the back with no design at all. In the Touring, they keep that the same, as well as 2 USB-A plugins in the Touring, to where EX has no plugs here in the back, okay? And then some inlay scheme difference, as I mentioned here on the door panels, that's going to be different as well. But overall, the same, all right? I'm about 6 feet 2 inches, so you guys get an idea. There is enough room back here for us tall guys. Got the leg clearance, the head clearance. Now armrest, cup holders, you can pop that up and you get 3 passengers back here with a pocket on the back of that passenger front seat. But let's go ahead. Now this car itself, the Honda Civic EX trim, is coming in at around $28,000, $28,500 is what I believe it's coming in. I'm going to drop that MSRP sticker. So here you go. First to the Honda Civic EX, okay? $28,500. I'm going to show you guys what $3,600 extra gets you in the Touring trim right now. All right, so this is what about $3,600 gets you extra. Let me know if you guys think is worth it. Now, I personally, for Vagabond advice, I have to mention that I would totally pay the $3,600 for the bells and whistles. We saw the difference on the exterior. Those parking sensors do help a lot. The fog lights are nice. But let's go ahead and show you guys what the interior brings. The inlay difference, right? And the inlays with the leather on the armrest and the door panel. But this is the same, as I mentioned. This is where you're going to see a difference. That parking sensor button. You're going to have that little green light there. And that is what you get extra because of the parking sensors on the exterior. Moving forward to the steering wheel. Remember that source button? We don't get that source button here because that is placed on the steering wheel, on the 9-inch infotainment screen. The Hyper Silver inlay that you get there as well. Paddle shifters behind that, that's different. I mentioned that. And then on the lever itself, we get the fog light switch, okay? Full digital screen with your temperature gauge on the left and gas gauge on the right. But the center is full digital cluster to where on the EX, the miles per hour gauge came manual. 12 speaker Bose sound system. I mentioned that on the door panel, but you get that in the Touring. Moving over to the rear view mirror, auto dimmable, so you don't have the little lever. And then the garage door openers. Dropping down to the 9-inch infotainment screen. Remember, no hard buttons with touch sensitive. And again, the option for navigation here on the Touring, which is beautiful look. And also mentioned the Series XM as well, okay? Continuing forward, USB-A plugins. You get 2 here in the front and 2 in the back on the Touring. Wireless charging pad. Drive modes here on the center console. You're getting the sport drive mode. It actually kind of changes the color of your screen to red, and then if we go normal, kind of goes like a bluish gray, and then drops down to economy. Keep that normal. The seats themselves do come leather-wrapped seating, which this is a huge fan. This is a huge thing. Why I'm a fan of the Touring is because the leather and the electric-controlled seats, okay? Now, that's pretty much it for the front end. Let's go ahead and show you guys the rear end, drop the MSRP sticker to it, and then finish off with this video. So back here, remember the slight differences I mentioned. The door panels do come with the different inlays matching the front, but the EX simplifies your back door panels. The seating itself does look the same here in the Touring as the front seats. So does the back seat look the same, but in the EX, they simplify the seats, okay, from front to back. And then the 2 USB-A plugins that your back passengers get, so nobody is fighting over for the charger, maybe on a long road trip or so forth. But overall, everything is the same. Now, as promised, here's the MSRP sticker on this one coming in at $32,100. Let me know, dialogue with us. What do you think between these trims? Here at Vagabond Builds, we thank you for watching our channel. Check out other trim videos and other manufacturers for car reviews and product reviews. Thank you, and God bless you.